Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Sirena. So as promised, I told you guys I was going to be uploading content again and that I was going to be taking a very casual approach to doing so, thus why we are in my closet. Today we are going to talk about some products that are newer to my beauty arsenal, things that I've purchased within the last, I would say, month or so, but very recent purchases. Some of these are like only a few weeks old, but I wanted to kind of share my first impressions and my first thoughts with you guys on some of these products. They're all beauty, skincare related products. We're just gonna jump right in. We only have a few products to talk about here, so we're just gonna get started. And if you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Sirena and I have a lifestyle channel here on YouTube. I upload videos every week. I'm back to every week, you guys, I promise. On anything and everything, just lifestyle content. So if you guys want to keep up with me, make sure you click that subscribe button down below. And if you want post notifications every time I do upload something new, then make sure you hit that little bells icon so that you can get notifications to your phone and email anytime I have something new. Without further ado, let's get started. And just in case you're curious, my sweatshirt is from Lulu Simon Studio. It says, "It's not a hangover, it's the wine flu." I love their stuff. I can't say enough about how much I love their stuff. So, if you guys want to check out their website, I will link it down below. Let's get started with the first product. Now, none of these products are particularly new, but I've said it before, I'm not a beauty guru. So, I don't go out and spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars all the time on the latest and greatest products. I watch beauty gurus all the time on YouTube and I'm constantly like ooh and ahhing over their products, but you guys, there's so many new products on the market that I just can't keep up. So a lot of these are older, relatively older products. This isn't going to be anything brand new, but it's stuff that I personally, as a average normal girl, was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go out and purchase that. Or like, I've been at Ulta recently. Pretty much all of this stuff you can find at Ulta. So anyways, before I continue rambling, let's get started on the first product of the video. So these are the Sally Hansen Insta Dry nail polish, and these actually are exactly as it says, Insta Dry. So I kind of just wanted to give these a try. I go back and forth with my nail care routine, and I tend to not go and get manicures and pedicures because I don't like sitting forever, and I don't like people freaking cutting my feet and my cuticles and all that stuff. So a lot of the time I opt to do things myself. The colors that I got, I really, really like. I really like this just kind of neutral, goes with everything look. So the colors that I picked up are Pedal to the Metal. That's this one here. It's a metallic one. It's actually what I'm wearing on my ring fingers on each hand. I saw my sister-in-law with like the little ring fingers painted a different color recently, and I was like, that's so cute. I totally forgot about that, so I totally copied her. Shout out to Natalie. So the colors that I'm wearing on the rest of my nails are Sandstorm. So that's Sandstorm here, and then the other color that I have it in is Buff and Tumble, which is this guy right here. If I'm wearing nail polish on my nails, it's usually any of these three kind of like neutral colors. So I like it. It really does dry instantly. It's a very fast dry, which is great because I don't like sitting for an hour and a half at home while my nails dry. So this is good for a quick, fast drying application if you've got somewhere to go and you don't have time to make an appointment at a nail salon, or you don't want to sit and wait around forever, or if you just freaking hate nail salons the way I do, then this is a great option. You can pick these up at Target. That's where I got them. The price, I'm looking at my notes here, was $4.99 at Target. So these are really inexpensive. I really like them, really like the colors. They have a ton of colors to choose from. If I had a negative or a con to these, I would say that they chip very quickly. But like I said, it's just nail polish. You can just swipe it off with some acetone and reapply another coat because it dries so quickly. I find myself continuing to go back to it. And in case you're curious, what I use as a top coat is the Sally Hansen Miracle Gel. Now, this is actually meant to be used with the Sally Hansen Miracle Gel colors. They have these little things that they say it's Miracle Gel. Now, I actually buy these as well. This is the step 2, the top coat, that is supposed to make it a gel-like finish. I personally really like the Sally Hansen Miracle Gel polish, but it does take longer to dry. And like I said, sometimes I'm in the mood for that. I'm hanging out, watching Netflix, but most of the time I'm not in the mood to wait for the polish to dry. So this is also a really good product, but I use this as the top coat because these bottom coats take a lot shorter time to dry, and I use about 2 coats in each of these and they're good to go. So super good, super fast. These are great colors for your nails and very inexpensive. Next product is this body scrub. You guys, I got this at Ulta recently. I wasn't expecting anything big. I eyeballed it and I'm really glad I purchased this. This is the Tree Hut brand Tahitian Vanilla Shea Sugar Scrub. So the Tahitian Vanilla smells great. It's a very granular, grainy scrub, but it's thick. Like, as you can see, I'm like dumping it out and it's not going anywhere. So I knew that that was going to be to my liking. It smells really good. It reminds me a lot of, there's a Pacifica fragrance, you know, the brand Pacifica. They have like a body spray or an eau de toilette that I used to wear all the time when I was younger. Smelling this makes me really nostalgic. The smell of it was, I think it was like Mediterranean fig. And it's funny because this is Tahitian vanilla, but it reminds me of that Mediterranean fig fragrance and I really like it. You can buy this at Ulta. It's $8 regular price, full price, but Ulta always has sales, so keep your eyes peeled because I just looked online right now and it said that this was going for like $6. So my dogs are in here as per usual. They're always making noise. So I really like this. I use this anytime I shower. I always use it on my arms. Sometimes I'll use it on my entire body just to really exfoliate. I find that it's a very nice granular formula. I like really abrasive, really rough scrubs. I also feel like this has a nice like oily texture to it, but it washes off and you just feel really soft and exfoliated. The scent stays behind a little bit, but not to the point where you're like, ooh, I smell it all day. But for the price, I feel like you can't beat it. You get a lot of product in here. 18 ounces of product, so 510 grams. I like it. I would recommend this. And they had a ton of different scents. If you're not, you know, keen on vanilla, they've got a ton of different scents. So you guys want to check this out. And this is something I would 100% purchase again. Same thing with these. I would recommend this to you and I would purchase this again. That's my first impression. This, I'm definitely going to go back and buy again when this is done. So really excited that I found this for such a good price. Someone insisted that they had to say hello. We go through this every time I film. She paws at me because she wants to come up, but then when I like let her sit up here, she hangs out for a good 3 seconds and then she's like, never mind, I can't get comfortable. What did I tell you? So we're gonna let this ride out while I talk about next product. So this is the Too Faced. I like held up this, but I actually want to talk to you about this. This is not new. This is OG. What, you gonna get, oh, she's gonna try to get comfortable. You're gonna be like, sorry. Look at her. This is my life. Dog mom life. Am I right? So this is the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. You guys, this is not new. You guys have all heard of the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. Am I holding it upside down? I sure am. Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. I got the baby one. I don't like spending a lot of money on mascara. I do acknowledge that there are really fantastic mid to higher end mascaras. I just don't like to spend my money on them because I go through mascaras really quickly and my mascaras just, I feel like, tend to dry out. This one, I got the mini at Ulta. This mini runs you $12, which I really like the idea of being able to buy the pint size, buy the half size, whatever you want to call it, and not invest the full $24 because I just feel like, because this is $24 the full size, and I just feel like it dries out before you can use all of it. That's why I usually stick to drugstore mascara. Now, that being said, I like this. I think this is the first time I've ever tried this. The dupe at the drugstore is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I gotta tell you, I like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I don't love it. I tried the L'Oreal Lash Paradise before I tried this Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara, and I feel like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, I do not like the brush. I'm not a fan in general of this kind of just, what is that? Like the OG mascara brushes. I am not a fan. That's why I brought this one. This is the Supersizer, the CoverGirl Supersizer. I don't know if you can see this brush, but it's got the spiky bristles. I prefer the rubber wands with the spiky bristles. I feel like they separate my lashes much, much better, and they deposit the product on my lashes versus just clumping on the brush over and over again. I just really, there's something about the rubbery wands that for me, it suits me better. I have very deep set Scandinavian eyes, and they just, I need something that can fine tune and get in there. My lashes are really teeny, teeny, tiny, so I personally keep this dried up mascara around. Don't worry, I sanitized it with alcohol for those of you that are like, you're gonna get pink eye or something. I'm not, it's sanitized. Just, I keep the wand. What I will do, literally what I do, when I apply this, I'm wearing it on my lashes today in case you guys are curious. So what I do is I open this up, I take whatever product is on the wand, and I take this wand and I swish, 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 swish. I get all of the product that is sitting on this wand, and I transfer it to this rubber wand, and I brush my lashes with this, and I get a beautiful finish with, there's still a little bit of clumps because like I said, I clump my mascara on. I'm a mascara hoe. I will just sit there and apply 20 million coats because that's how I roll. But this combination of using this wand with this formula, I really like. Would I go out and buy this again immediately when this is done? No. Would I buy it again? Yes. Am I gonna run out and buy it when I'm finished and full out of it? No. There was one mascara that I want to try again to kind of compare, which is the Superhero, I think it's It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I got the mini in that before at Ulta, and I loved that. I thought that was such a great mascara. So if I can find that in the mini, I want to buy that again and compare and contrast with this one. The negative about this is every now and again, I'll get like a little fall down, like just a teeny tiny like granule or two. I don't get a lot of fallout, which is actually one of the reasons I did not like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise as much, because you got great color and you got great lift and length and volume with the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, but it would fall down throughout the day on me personally. So that is why I don't love that mascara. If that doesn't bother you and you're always checking yourself in the mirror, buy the Lash Paradise. It's way cheaper, and it is really a good product, but I can't deal with the fallout because, believe it or not, as vain as I am, I'm not always looking in the mirror, and I can't stand it when I've got the little fallout and I'm just going about my day and no one's telling me. Looking at you, husband, because he never tells me. I'm like, hello? I had that on my face for how long and you didn't tell me? God. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking about mascara. Just go pick it up at Ulta if you're curious. Moving right along. This is somewhat newer. This is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. And I have it here in a very light shade. This was medium peach. Now, let me tell you right about now. This is not medium anything. This is a fair AF shade. Am I fair AF? Sure am. That's why this works for me. This is 5 doll hairs. $5, okay? $5. They're obviously going for the Tarte Shape Tape look here. They've got the exact glass bottle, and they've got the exact gigantic doe foot applicator here. I would say it's a very similar consistency. Is it as full coverage as Tarte Shape Tape? No, but you didn't need me to tell you that, because if you were curious about this, I'm sure that you've already seen the 500 million reviews on YouTube for this concealer. Now, for the price, I think this is freaking awesome. I am a cereal mixer, so I never use any foundation or concealer strictly on its own. Powders, I mix absolutely everything. By that, I mean, you guys saw I did this, right? I mix my concealers because I like to get an exact shade match. This right here is a Maybelline Fit Me concealer. Now, they've changed the like names of the colors on these, so I could not tell you what my shade is currently, but this one's a bit more of a like pinky, salmony shade in comparison to this very stark, white, pale shade here. I like this. I think it's great for the price. I think you get very high coverage, not as high coverage as the Tarte Shape Tape, and this is drying, but this is not. see where I'm going here. You see why I mix. I am the kind of person that will mix the dewy with the drying. I think this is great. It's long wearing. It does not crease up on me when I use it properly. In my case of properly is I will use this, mix it with this, I will blend it in with the beauty sponge, we'll talk about this next, and then I will immediately set it with powder. Guess what? I mixed 2 different colors of powder. Do you guys hate me? Well, you shouldn't, because these are drugstore, so they're really inexpensive. These are also Maybelline products. This is what I use to set all of my foundation, and I do bake under my under eyes because my concealer, no matter what concealer it is, my concealer creases within seconds of me blending it out. But when I use this combination, it does not crease and it looks smooth as a baby's bottom. And obviously I blend it out with a sponge. We'll talk about this in a second. So the Maybelline Fit Me powder, in case you're curious about what colors I use 10 fair and 5 fair. So these 2 mixed together. You get a ton of product in this. I guess we're now talking about this. I mean, this isn't newer, but if you've heard about it and you're curious, from an average girl standpoint, a not sponsored standpoint, obviously my videos aren't sponsored. I'm too small of a YouTuber to have sponsored content. But these powders are amazing. When I heard Nikki Tutorials talking about these powders, I was like, sold. Because that girl is bougie. She can afford to buy any damn thing she wants. And if she uses this, I'm like, sold, sold, and sold. So this is what I use to set my under eye powder. I use it with this. Is it too drying? No, because it's mixed with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. These are also around $4.99 or $5, depending upon where you get them. I'm sure Ulta, as always, Ulta always has sales. Ulta always has coupons. So this is a really inexpensive way to get that flawless, full coverage finish under your eyes. I love it. If you have dry skin and fine lines under your eyes, if you're not doing what I'm doing, you're probably not going to like this concealer. If you have oily skin, probably going to like this. But again, you have to make things work. You can't just write it off right away, which I think is one of the reasons that I became such a serial makeup mixer. Was when I would buy something and I didn't like it on its own, I would go and dig through and see what else I had to get my money's worth out of a product and make it work for me, if that makes sense. In general, this e.l.f. Camo Concealer, new to my makeup arsenal, and I like it. I would buy it again, of course, in conjunction with the Maybelline Fit Me. I really like this combination. So, last item, this little guy here. Now, it is full of makeup. Why? Because I used it today. This is the Morphe red spongy squidgy makeup sponge. This you can buy at Ulta for $8. I like this sponge. This has been out for quite some time. It is not a new product on the market. I believe it was Jaclyn Hill that talked about this sponge. This was a while ago, before she was up there butting around the corner, which I think there's nothing wrong with that. Get it, girl. But, you know, when something is a little bit more sponsored, you can't always trust the reviews as much. And like I said, don't come for me. I love Jaclyn Hill, but a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. You know what I mean? So this sponge, I love it. In case you're curious and you have not tried it for yourself, and maybe you haven't watched a review on it, I like this a lot. Now, my OG sponge that I've been using for probably the last 3 years, not this sponge. Like, I change my sponge out every couple of months. But this is the Real Techniques. I think this is the Real Techniques Flawless Face Sponge. I think that's what it's called. I've been using this for the past like 2 or 3 years. Maybe 4 years, actually. It's been a while. I love this sponge. It's inexpensive. This is $8. I think this is like $5 or $6. So it's a little bit cheaper by a couple of bucks. This is a fantastic sponge. But what I like about the Morphe sponge that the Real Techniques sponge doesn't have is I like the rounded butt to buff in the foundation. I like the rounded. The flat is great, but I feel like sometimes it leaves a little bit of an imprint, whereas this does not. Keep in mind that I clean my beauty sponges religiously, like every couple of days. A, because I make the time, and B, because the more often you clean it, the quicker it is, right? So if you only have 2 days worth of foundation on this, it's gonna be quicker to clean. And it's just easy. It's so easy to clean your makeup sponge, you guys. It's so easy. All you do is you rub it on a bar of soap and squeeze it out until it runs clear. I mean, it takes you 2 seconds. And there's no drying time because you use your sponge damp. At least I do. I never use a dry sponge. So anyways, this one has the rounded edge for buffing foundation out. I like this better. I was concerned when I bought this and I fluffed it up and, you know, made it bigger. I was concerned about the tip because I have such sunken in eye sockets in there. I really liked this because I can just squeeze that and go doot 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 and really get into the crevices of my eye socket. I was concerned that I wasn't going to be able to get in there with this, but I can. I'm able to just pinch this guy like that and boop 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 boop, and it really does buff out my concealer beautifully. Now that being said, this has not been kicked to the wayside. This has still a little bit more life in it, and I actually always have a backup of these, a clean one, sitting in its package ready to go because I don't like running out of things. That's just how I am. I'm going to continue buying this. When I finish this and I'm done with this, I'm going to continue buying this because I like it for buffing out the under eye concealer, and I like this end for buffing out my cream and liquid foundations. This I still use every day. Now that I have this one, what I use this one for is baking. So this is loose powder. It's very finely milled. When that concealer is buffed out with this brush, boop, 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 as soon as this is on the eyes, I go in with this and I will straight up dip the tip of this, damp, into the Maybelline Fit Me powder, boom. And I buff that on, or I just dab that powder on. I cake it on under my under eyes so that it bakes. And this is fantastic. I previously was using a brush to set my under eyes with, but the combination of this sponge damp with this Maybelline Fit Me powder on top of these concealers, amazing, flawless, no creasing, and it's a great combination, and it just melts my concealer into my face. I'm obsessed. I love the finish. So I like this freaking sponge. They have another one that I'll probably try too. Same brand, so it's Morphe, same price, $8, and it's the red sponge, but it's got the rounded butt and kind of like a flat tapered, I don't know, I'll insert a photo for you right here so you guys can see. Have you guys tried that one? I haven't yet, but that is next on my list for sure. Very impressed with this. Still love this one. OG, cheaper, but loving this new guy. Love it. Love. Alright, you guys, that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys got some ideas for some products that you might want to try. If you guys have these products yourself, let me know down below in the comments how you like them, and if you guys have suggestions for anything that you guys like, makeup sponges, concealers that you love for like mature skin, or mascaras that you like either high-end or at the drugstore, then leave it in the comments below so that everybody can share. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel, and ding the bell if you want notifications every time I upload something new. I love you guys so much, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one. Mwah! Bye!